What's up, coaches? Coach Jay coming at you. I'm going to be breaking down Tuesday the 7th for you guys. And it's a switch template, which is always fun. Again, I'm not going to be diving into the 3G, strictly the 2G, but let's talk about it. We're going to have power on your treadmill, strength and power between your blocks on the weight floor along with your rower. So you're going to be switching around a lot. When a block for the treadmill is going to be 3 rounds. You're going to have 3 rounds of a 30-second base, a push, and an all-out, and then you're going to do that 3 times through. So it's going to be switching, then you go to the floor block, then the row block, and then back to the treadmill. And it's going to be going, again, kind of around the room, but when you think about it, it's going to be kind of reversed than what it typically would. So those who start on the treadmill, you're going to have 6.5 minutes. And again, there's going to be 3 rounds. 30-second base, push, and then an all-out. We are building up intensity as it starts. It should be increasing kind of like as you go. Their heart rate response is going to be something that should be gradual. Shouldn't be no spikes of intensity. So we're going to go base, push, all-out, 30 seconds. 3 rounds with 1 minute to recover in between. So the first time we coach on the first rotation, we should be coaching their base pace. Round and round should increase. So the base pace should stay where it typically is, then go higher, then go higher. On the next time they're on it, it should be the push pace. The push pace goes a little bit more intense and then a little bit more intense. And then lastly, the all out. So really for the most part, they're gonna have some consistent efforts, but one of them every single time should get more consistent. Even if the other numbers stay the same, that's absolutely fine. Power walkers, runners, joggers, all that good stuff. You're picking one. The first block is going to be with the base. The second block is going to be with the push. Then we're going to go. But those are all power blocks, so keep that in mind. So as you're coaching, we should coach to power. And if you're thinking about having an intense push or an intense all-out, we need to think about explosiveness. So it might not be a small jump. Yes, we are ramping up intensity just little by little. However, for that, whatever that jump is, it needs to be explosive. Okay, so they go from the treadmill after 6.5 minutes. They're going to go over to the floor for alternating uppercuts with power, and then a plank shoulder tap for 5. They're going to keep repeating that for 4 minutes, relatively quick block. And actually, something that I thought was pretty cool is this is what they have for the actual move. I think you guys can see that, but here's what we got. So this is going to be looking like they're actually boxing, which is kind of cool. But one thing I tell everybody is sometimes when they demonstrate this at headquarters, I love that they demonstrate it. However, sometimes they don't do it justice. And I think that a lot of people, if they just grab a set of dumbbells and they're just going side to side, first of all, I would really emphasize as I'm setting this up, this should be explosive. So again, if we're thinking about actual power on the weight floor, the first exercise is going to be an uppercut, alternating uppercut. Then you're going to have a walkout to a shoulder plank. You have work along with active recovery, but that uppercut should be explosive. So I'm not saying that they should act like they're trying to hit somebody, but when you train explosively, you get explosive results. If you train in a slower manner for an explosive movements, you're not going to get quite the results, if that kind of makes any sense. But I would tell them to really take this one seriously. You want your core to be able to fire coming across the body. Yes, the shoulder is going to be moving. Yes, your chest is going to activate. However, a lot of it's going to be coming from the core. The core has got to get that momentum moving. You're going to pivot your foot, blah, blah, blah. But I'll really focus on being explosive. After those 4 minutes, they're going to be going over to the rower, and we're going to have increasing stroke rates. So you're going to have a base row for 30 seconds, a push row, and a 30-second all-out. They're going to be queued up with the treadmills for the final 90, but your stroke rate is going to stay between 22 and 24, then 24, 26, then 26, 28. When I think of this, when we're thinking about increasing the heart rate nice and gradually, it kind of builds up and goes up. If they are thinking about intensity going up, they're going to have their biggest control as the stroke rate, right? So it's strength, control the stroke rate, find the tempo. It's quick, it's relatively quick. So as you go, even if they held the same wattage, since the strokes per minute are going up, you can tell them to have the same explosion every single time. It can be proportional force every single time for those 90 seconds, but just the fact that the stroke rate is going up, that might be enough to cause the heart rate to go up. you are looking for that stimulus, you can coach to a little bit more wattage, especially for the all out probably, but understand that this is a very much a technique day. The priority is your tempo. Get the tempo down first. And sometimes as coaches, if we let them establish their wattage high first and kind of put the secondary to the timing, then they're getting lost in the mix. Good coaches are gonna tell you to focus on this, establish the good tempo, and then build up the wattage. And on some days, it's the reverse. Sometimes we're just going for a straight up high wattage, blah, blah. Today, we're looking for the tempo. You stay within that range. And if you've ever taken my class, I know a lot of you guys have, I always tell everybody, aim small, miss small. Don't try to stay within that range. Try to be as precise as possible. And again, a seasoned coach will be able to really identify those who are all over the place. Our orange eyes, we should be able to kind of recognize somebody's going really hard a couple seconds, and they kind of back off a couple of seconds, and then trying to make it up. It's a day for consistent timing. Establish that, and then add the wattage, because again, it can get kind of lost in the shuffle. Then you're going to basically be repeating that again, 6.5 minutes on the treadmill over power, and then a body weight movement with the TRX, and then you're going to go over to the rower. And it's kind of that same rotation. It's just very different because we're going the opposite. So as a coach, one, make sure you get the rotations correct, but understand the stimulus we're looking for from each sides of the room. I think you guys are going to kill it. I'm going to have a lot of confidence in you guys. I will say, so that I know you watch this, give me your favorite movie growing up. It's got to be a Disney movie, no anime. It's got to be a cartoon. So what was your favorite Disney movie? Comment it, and that will tell me that you actually watched this. Peace, guys.